Yo, what's going on everybody? This is the weekly mints video and I don't have my camera working because I'm working on a new seating arrangement. I got some water damage on my ceiling, but anyways, we got some volume coming into Cardano NFTs at the moment and a lot of projects are starting to recover. This does not mean that we are out of the woods yet. This is on the all-time chart and we are still very, very low from our highs. But moving on, checking out our first mint, we have Pastelbudz 3D mint. So this might be sold out by the time this video comes out, but it's 2 for the pre-sale, which you definitely won't see. That's for the whitelist, it'll be 80 ADA. The holder pre-sale will be 80 ADA as well, and you can mint 20 of them. And then finally at 8 PM UTC, you'll be able to mint 10 during the public sale for 90 ADA apiece. Something that's important to note about this mint is that it's a 10K drop, but 5,800 will be mintable. The others will be airdropped. There was a snapshot taken sometime between the 13th and the 16th, and basically anybody who had either 3 Pastelbudz or a top 1200 ranking will get a 3D Pastelbud airdropped. Some of the reasons to own them are for these games that they hold daily where you can win 10 ADA prizes, and beginning in August, when a holder wins a game, they will be given a raffle ticket instead of the 10 ADA, and the 10 ADA from each game will be sent to a monthly sweep wallet for our Gamers Sweep raffle. Alright, so let me explain their burn mechanic really quick. They have 6,262 3D Pastelbudz that will be able to be burnt by holders. 3,737 OG 3D Pastelbudz will remain. Only 3,131 burnt 3D Pastelbudz will ever be created. 6,868 NFTs will remain after the burn process. So this will be the 3131 plus the 3737. And the other really cool part about this is that after the completion of the burn event, Pastel 3D Buds will be able to be staked on Mutant DAO for their $PB token. So heading over to their part 2 of this, their burn mechanism will be via an airdrop. So for every X amount of 3D Pastelbudz that you hold, you will receive 1 burn potion. This burn potion NFT will allow you to participate in their mutation burn event. The 3D Mutant Pastelbudz will stake for 2.5 times the reward rate of a regular 3D Pastelbud for their PB tokens. The total supply of PB burn potions and 3D Mutant Pastelbudz is planned to be 3131. To burn one into existence, you will need to burn 1 of the potions and 2 of your Pastelbudz. There will be 2 types of potions as well, rainbow potions and cloud potions. The different types of potions will not affect the rarity outcome of your bud. The rainbow and cloud potions do differ slightly in their burn effects though. They also have some more information that will come later after their mint. Here we can check out some of their artwork as well, and I think they look pretty good. I mean, there's no denying that the quality looks pretty cool. I don't think it's going to be a good mint and flip personally, just because they're going to be airdropping a lot of these, and I know that we did see an uptick in volume recently and a lot of projects are recovering. That's awesome to see, but I'm still playing it safe. I do think the project is building some pretty cool things overall though. Here's an example of what their website might look like, and this will be their marketplace. So they're developing quite a few things and their artwork is pretty clean. So I'm just talking about a mint. I think long term this project could do very well. Next project we're going to cover is Muesli Swap with their Hungry Cows. So this is similar to other dexes and they're coming out with their similar NFT, which is going to help boost your APR. And if you're not sure what that is your annual percent rate. They will be distributing these in 2 phases. In the first phase, there will only be 2,500 of these Hungry Cows, and everyone that has staked at least 1 milk token in any of their stake pools, past or present, qualifies for the whitelist. The deadline to do so was today, so you've already missed it if you haven't done it already, but no worries, there is a phase 2. The mint date for phase 1 will be the 18th at 5 PM UTC, and the price will be 45 ADA per cow. Personally, I think these are going to do very well, so seeing it say there's no limitations on the amount a user can mint during the 2,500 makes me a little nervous. I don't think that that's going to hurt the price on the secondary at all, but it may be extremely hard to actually mint these even if you're on the whitelist. If you did miss phase 1, phase 2 will have the last 7,500 cows, and this will be open to everybody with no whitelist. However, there isn't a date set yet, and the price will be higher than in phase 1. So how you'll actually earn more APR is by locking these with your yield farming positions on Muesli Swap. Each cow has a unique boosting factor between 10 and 90%. That means that your yield farm will be boosted up to 90% by locking your Hungry Cow NFT. The boosting factor can only be applied to one yield farming position, which is why there are no limitations on how many you can mint. The main reason why I think this mint is going to do very well is because we have liquid aqua farmers here, which had a very similar mint. So you can see the drop details where you needed to hold the tokens, 1 LQ or more. It wasn't necessarily staking it, but it was just holding it. And then you come down and you can see that you get 2 to 5% more on your staking rewards. And then you come down, you see it's a 44 ADA mint price. And then you can see that they had 5 trading percent royalties. If we go back, you can see 5 trading percent royalties. And then checking out the floor of aqua farmers, 285 is extremely impressive from a 44 ADA mint. Also, MuesliSwap is Cardano's first DEX, so maybe that will have something to do with it. None of this is financial advice, but these are just some of the thoughts going through my head. And the only part about this project that I'm not absolutely in love with is their artwork. So these are some of their sneak peeks. I'm not a huge fan. I do know that the main focus is for utility, so maybe it won't matter too much. We'll have to see. Next up we have VyFI, and they are also a DEX, but they are not only a DEX. They're having what they call their VyFI NFT white sale. There will be 10,000 total. The approximate farm rate will be 1/20th of a purple, which I'll explain later, and the cost will be 45 ADA apiece with 12% royalties, and their mint will be taking place on July 21st. So they say that the main purpose behind creating this 10,000 collection is to have more people be able to join their collection without paying an arm and a leg, because you can see that their cheapest purple is 650 ADA. So here they explain their launchpad a little bit more, where it says the VyFinance native asset will allow holders access to multiple vaults, each earning different tokens from across the Cardano ecosystem. As is suggested by the term launchpad, this is focused on new and upcoming projects that haven't fully launched yet. So essentially there will always be new projects partnering up with VyFi and allowing you to earn a different token if that new token is something that you would like to acquire. Also, 15% will be airdropped. So if you want to see if you're verified for an airdrop, you can go over to app.vyfi.io/airdrop. So we'll click on that, and then you can connect your wallet. The first 1,500 addresses to stake into their token vaults are whitelisted for this airdrop. I also went ahead and I did the math for this. So 1/20th, 1 divided by 20 is 0.05. If we multiply that by the value of a purple, that will give us the value of one of the whites, which gives you 32.5 ADA, but the mint price is 45 ADA. So you'd actually be better off buying a purple as far as a value ratio. So my only two thoughts are the purples are either going to go up in price or the whites are going to drop below mint. Next up we got Aeoniumsky, and Aeoniumsky mints roughly every 2 weeks, and this is going to be for their block 15. Now I know that I said that they normally mint every 2 weeks, but the last mint that they had was roughly 2 months ago, and they were minting for 26 ADA. So now the mint price is that 55, and they said they've always kept the original mint price for Series 1 to make it affordable for everyone to collect. However, with the current market conditions, they do need to raise the price to factor in the hours that it takes to create each block. This increase is relative to the price of ADA when block 1 was originally dropped in July 1st. I agree 100% with this decision. Their very first block was minted roughly a year ago, and it only minted 100. They also did start to increase the number of NFTs minted, so this is block 4 where they increased it to 125 for 22 ADA apiece. So the amount of ADA has been roughly the same for over a year. So some of the utility for these is to collect every single block and then put them together to create a giant mural. However, that's not the only utility. So for each block, there's also a treasure hunt, and sometimes they come with clues, but this one did not get given a clue. It says the answer is a word followed by 4 numbers. When you know the answer, post it in treasure hunt 15. However, this would have said 12, but it updates every new block. And some of these are quite hard to find. So the answer for this one was in their 4K.mp4, where you'd need to turn your speakers up quite loud to hear the answers. And the prize for winning this is this amazing Aeoniumsky version of a seaplane. So something you might not know is if you go to Aeoniumsky block 1 or blocks, this will be the first collection that they have. So this is going to include all of their blocks for 1 through 9. And if you want to go check for B1 exactly, so the very first block that they had ever minted, there's only a few of these listed, and they're going for a ridiculous amount of ADA. Now, interestingly, the other part, if you go to blocks part 2, it's going to be for their other blocks. So from block 10 to probably block 18. But it's interesting because B12 is right here, but their latest one was B14. So if you check out B14, you can see that B14 is worth actually more than block 12. And I'm not sure exactly why this is. The floor price not too long ago, I want to say within like the last month, was down to like 40 to 50 ADA, sometimes dipping in the 30s every once in a while for these. So I think the increase in the price was actually a good move for the secondary as well. My thoughts on this project are that I always try to mint it. It was only 26 ADA for the longest time. There's always a very small supply. I think the artwork looks great even if all else fails, and I'm still going to continue to have that same mentality at a 55 ADA price point. I think this person has been undercutting the hell out of their artwork for a very long time, and this 55 ADA increase is welcomed. Next project we have is Super Deformed. So we're going to briefly check out their team. So you have Kenji, who is the artist, and he was born in Japan and immigrated to Canada. Then you have Showtime and Mr. B, which are the spokesperson / marketing and the Discord manager, and they are also both from Ape Nation. You also have Fresh Mint, who is doing the promoting and marketing. He is from the community manager of Cardano Bugs. Then you have Landchop, who is the community manager, and he has also been monitoring false idols and pet bots. Then you have Jason, who is the older brother of Kenji, and he is the dev. And then you have Swin Don Villain. Now checking out their facts, Super Deformed is a collection of 4,000 non-auto-generated NFTs on Cardano. Each NFT is unique and hand-drawn. Super Deformed, or SD, is a specific style of Japanese caricatures, which are characters drawn in an exaggerated way, typically small and chubby, with stubby limbs and oversized heads to make them resemble small children. This style is closely related to the chibi concept. There will be 4 one-of-ones on July 23rd, 6 p.m. UTC, going for 50 ADA apiece, and the max per transaction is 5. Now let's check out some of their art, and I am a fan of this art style. I do like video games in general, and this kind of suits a lot of the early style video games where you were a really small character that could fit on kind of a 2D platforming map, and you got a lot of characters that looked like this. They were small, they were compact, and they had to fit in a small format. Checking out their roadmap, they are right here on their phase 1, about to do their 4,000 NFT drop. Then moving over to phase 2, they will launch their SD token, they will do their community vote on an NFT burn, and they will donate a percentage to the Ukraine. And then during phase 3, they will have a 3D airdrop, they will do more collaborations, and then in phase 4, they will have redeemable merch and a limited edition animated NFT launch. Checking out their daily updates, they say they have partnered with Cardanolands, which allows them to stake your NFT for rewards. So I went over and I checked out a little bit of Cardanolands, and you can stake for Hexonium. Now, if you want to see exactly what you can do with Hexonium and more about this project, I will have their Discord and their website in the description below. And lastly, we have Smooth Mountain Yeti Club with their July 21st through their 24th mint of their land. It will be going for 100 ADA each. Some of these will also be airdropped. So if you hold a tier 1 Yeti or snowmobile, you will be given 3. If you hold a tier 2, you will be given 2. If you hold a tier 3, you'll get 1. And tier 4s get a 25% chance at 1. And if you own 1 snowmobile part, you get a 25% chance at 1. Also, if you own a VIP pass, then you can get 3. However, over on JPEG Store, there's only 1 VIP pass available, and that's for 2,250 ADA. If you are curious to see if you have any deed airdrops, you can go over to dash.smoothyetimountainclub.com/rewards, and then log into your Discord and connect your Nami wallet, and it will tell you right here if you have any. So Smooth Mountain Yeti Club has been out for a while now, and we are on their roadmap, and we are at quarter 3, the Yetiverse. So we're right here where they're about to do their land sale for the Yetiverse. After that, they will have their Yeti pets mint. So I am wondering if holding some of this land might be beneficial for their Yeti pets. After this, they are also going to have their Yeti token. Then they're going to talk about tokenomics and staking, and then their play to earn features and minigames added to their website. So looking at Smooth Mountain Yeti Club's original collection and their snowmobile parts, we can see they have a similar floor at around 110 ADA. And what I'm having a hard time deciding is if this mint will be worth it or not, because there's only 4,200 of these NFTs for the snowmobiles, putting them at 110 ADA, and then the original collection, there's 7,500, putting them them roughly at the same price. So seeing a mint of 30,000, I'm not sure how much higher from mint it can go. So these things are essentially land deeds, exactly like they say. They're not actually their land yet, because it says we'll give one sneak peek into the art closer to whitelist mint. There's not a ton of designs yet because these are just placeholders until we actually get our land created. You will be able to see which zone you're in and at what size you own, but you will not see the exact land. I personally don't own any of these, so I can wait until public and kind of play it by ear and kind of see what's going on. Things are starting to mint and pick up a little bit right now, so it's not the worst thing or the worst time to decide on maybe minting some of these that I mentioned in this video. However, it's definitely not the green light to just go ahead and mint everything. I think to play it safe, I'm personally just going to hold off. And I know I say I haven't been minting anything, and it's probably been about a month and a half since I've minted anything, with the exception of this 26 ADA glue bag, which are some stickers from Threefold Bold. But I did buy a few things. So I bought a jockey for 45 ADA from Equine, I bought 2 Beyond Citizens, and I bought 1 Bad Fox Motorcycle Club. And that's been everything that I bought in the last month and a half. Now that's basically it for all the mints that I'm looking at for this week. But I did want to take a minute to talk to you guys about what OGBears is doing. Roughly a week and a half ago, OGBears released their alpha version of their game. Now, quick disclaimer, I am the OGBears community manager and I do hold about 9 bears and 3 salmons, but nothing too crazy. So you might notice that you're not playing as your exact bear, and that's because the wallet isn't integrated quite yet, so you play as this naked bear at first. One of the games that you can play is darts, and this is a bit of an easy one. You just take it right here and then you place it where you want to place it and it throws it for you. You don't have to like take it down and throw it up like that, even though I would get a bullseye twice doing that. But you don't have to. You can just move it, put it right here, and let go. You can also run by holding shift and holding W. And this is going to be for the Bad Fox Motorcycle collab that they have coming out. So there's going to be a motorcycle game where you can drive around. However, it's not done yet. So where I want to take you is over to that building there. That is the shooting range. So I'm going to get into the car first, and then we're going to drive just holding W over to the shooting range, and I'll show you guys how that works. So the entrance is actually a little bit back here, so I'll walk up to it. You'll see that right around this area here is where I can play. So I'll hit play and we'll go into the shooting range. And I have the volume off, but the sound effects are pretty cool. It's just very, very loud, so I'm going to keep them off. They don't have mouse settings in game yet, but those will come eventually. So if you do want to mess with your sensitivity, you'll have to do that in the Windows settings. But basically, there's just these targets. You try to shoot as many of them as possible in the center. You get more points, obviously, if you hit it dead in the bullseye. And you try to compete with other people, and whoever is on the leaderboard will get more of these salmon tokens. I am not very good at this with my current mouse sensitivity, and I don't feel like changing it because then maybe for other games I'd have to go back, even though I haven't even played other games in such a long time. It's just one of those things that, like, once you have it right, you really don't want to change it. I don't know if anybody relates to that. So yeah, you can get a lot of points on this machine gun part where you just hold it down basically on the center. You just get 200 after 200. I think for the absolute like best strat, it might be, you know, like you hold it down for a certain amount of time and then you let go to not waste a single bullet. I don't have that timing down. I'm not trying to, you know, be perfect here, but you know, just having the game here is pretty cool to see. So what they're working on now is wallet verification system on their website, adding settings to the game such as the mouse sensitivity that we spoke about, key configurations and game controller support, and then Discord notifications and Twitter sharing, enabling and controlling TV channels from the server, adding the other 2 homes for the Big and Sheikah holders, adding hints, help, and information on how to play for new players, adding experience points for playing and spending time, which will later be convertible to salmon tokens, and then the mobile version testing and submission for both iOS and Android. They also say over here there will be 3 different bear homes that are ready for top holders. Upon request, higher ranked bears, the top 50, will also have access to mansion homes. There is a bear selection screen that will allow you to choose your NFT that you wish to play. We will be able to spawn your exact NFT model with all the traits except for items in your mouth as your player in the game. This is still in progress as a few traits need to be remodeled. We spoke about the experience points already. Your profile and experience will now be linked with your NFT. If you sell your NFT, the profile will be transferred to the next holder, so keep that in mind. Experience will be convertible to salmon, so accumulating that will be important. Wallet integration system is almost done, and it will be done on the website. Cubs are getting ready for a surprise inclusion as well. If you hold Cubs, you will be able to play another minigame very soon. The overall environment quality is much better now. Also, there will be a new variation to darts, which I really like. A number will be generated by an AI, and you will have to score that number to continue to play. So you can't just keep putting it in the same spot over and over again and getting infinite bullseyes. And then the last thing that they're working on is their first collaboration with Bad Fox Motorcycle Club, and they will have an off-road racing game with them that is being developed right now. But that's everything I wanted to cover, guys. Remember, I'm just another guy on the internet. Don't take any of this as advice. These are all my thoughts, and they could be wrong. Remember to get outside, see your family, see your friends. We're here to make more money so that we can spend more time with them. Until next time, guys, peace.
I get it like a G, but it never came easy. You got me coughing up a lung, I wish I rap like Wheezy. I keep my pace, so I'm sorry that I'm breezy. Keep my sneaks laced, cause I can't afford Yeezys. I don't want the gold, give me BTC. Y'all be acting crazy.